Welcome back, everybody, to the Weekly DLC. I'm one of your hosts, Karosh, joined always by my co-host, Daniel Vargas.
Always awkward. Always awkward.
We got to keep it awkward. And Daniel Vargas and Daniel Jack. We didn't catch that.
So what's going on is we're like making sure the video's already rolling, and so we're awkwardly like waiting.
With this stupid thing. If you're not familiar with what we do, we awkwardly start our podcasts every Monday on podcasting services of your choice. And we come to you every week. We sit around this table. We have some fun. We have some discussions. We each pick a topic usually.
Yeah.
And we have at it. And for your viewing pleasure. For 5,000 views. So...
Yeah, a milestone. I mean, that's not an easy feat, 5,000. Even though we've recorded 5,000 episodes, it's fine, you know?
Episode 64. And we've done, I'd say, at least 10
so what is
non-episodic.
What does that average out to? So let's do, that's what I meant to do, by the way. So we have 5,000 listens divided by 65.
80-something?
That's 76 listens per episode.
I'll take it. Thank you all.
That's not
keep
enough.
Keep it coming. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Tell your family.
But listen more.
Yeah, re-listen. Go back and I mean, to be fair, we were talking about it earlier. One of my friends just got a Nintendo Switch, and I was like, he's asking me what should I play on. And in my head, I'm like, you know what? You should go back and listen to our old episodes where we talk about that.
Listen to episode 43. We talked about.
One of my other friends once brought it up where they were like, have you guys ever talked about like best video game levels? And I'm like, I knew we had it. I went back and checked, and I replied back, episode 32, topic 2. He's like, okay, cool.
Oh, that's when he was trying to help you out with.
Yeah,
it,
he's like,
topic.
you know, I was open. I'm like, I love it when they give suggestions, when friends give suggestions for topics. I was like, that's a good one, but I'm like, that sounds familiar too.
I think we've gone through every single topic. It's getting harder and harder to come up with.
It's a challenge for us. So yes, please help us if you also have ideas.
We need Thanos to reset time so we can just do everything all over again, but continue that way
with spoilers.
What have you guys been up to?
So
besides avoiding spoilers,
I'm gonna reiterate again. I stopped streaming, and it feels really damn good. Not have to worry about coming home and just not being able to do anything but stream. But I watched 2 movies this week.
What? 2?
Monday and Tuesday.
What'd you watch?
Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday I saw Rampage.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I actually went on Tuesday. It was good. I actually went on Tuesday to watch a Studio Ghibli movie, or Ghibli, however you want to pronounce it. I got a bunch of shit at work today for talking about it.
Really?
Like, what? Well, I'm sorry. What studio is that? I'm like, Ghibli. If I'm saying it wrong, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's like, I've never heard of that studio before. I've heard of Ghibli. I'm like, you son of a.
See, that's the funny thing because I say Ghibli, but I got made fun of for saying Ghibli, and they're like, no, it's Ghibli, dude. You fucking dumbass.
It doesn't.
I'm like,
yeah, I don't.
The one with the Totoro, like them. That.
And then he's like, oh, you mean this one? I'm like, you son of a bitch, you playing the dumb game. Anyways. But I thought it was literally the showings it's always on a Sunday, and then I thought it was Monday, Tuesday, but apparently it's like Sunday, Monday, and then a Wednesday.
Okay.
And it's literally subbed, and then dubbed. So I have watched the dubbed episode, so it was in English.
Okay.
But it was I'm going ahead of myself. I watched Rampage because I couldn't watch it on Tuesday. It wasn't airing on Tuesday, the Studio Ghibli movie.
So it is pronounced Chiburi.
Chibli.
Japanese, it's Chiburi. So it's Ghibli. It's Ghibli.
So Ghibli. Yeah, seems so.
Take it, coworker of Vargas.
And so I was like, I couldn't find it there, and I asked the lady, I was like, hey, are you guys doing the thing? She's like, oh, that's the last one's tomorrow for this specific show or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, I'll just watch Rampage then. Surprisingly, really well. The very beginning, like I liked it. I liked it throughout.
How faithful was it to the game?
I mean, there's no like high scores. There's no high scores. You don't control one of the monsters. Like
what? I thought he was a monster. He comes out as a rock lobster.
Does he hit a sign and get shocked?
Actually, no, I'm just kidding. No, but it was really good. Like, I liked the beginning. The beginning like had a very serious tone. I was like, wow, this is really good. And then it rolls into what it is. But I still surprisingly really enjoyed the movie.
Okay.
And then the following day, I went back to watch Cat Returns. Tried to use my movie pass on that, and the app shows unlisted. Like, it shows it like if your movie's unlisted, click on this and you can pay for that movie. I click on it and the app will crash every time I clicked on it. It was doing it the day before when I was trying to watch Rampage. I was like, it's an unlisted movie, so I'm just gonna do that one, and it would crash. So I don't know what's going on with that. But if it's an unlisted movie and it has the option for an unlisted movie, it will crash every time you click on that unlisted movie. So I was just like, I'm gonna find a movie that's at 7:00, and it was Black Panther was at 7:00, and so was Cat Returns.
Cat movie.
So exactly, see, I made the connection. And then I go to pay for it, and the girl's like, "Is that movie pass?" I'm like, "Yeah," and it says accepted. Like, when I paid for it, it says card accepted. And she's like, it only covers $10.50 and it's $12.50 for the thing. I'm like, okay, can I pay for the difference? She's like, no, like, it doesn't work that way. I'm like, whatever. And I just paid for mine. I feel like she probably like took 2 payments and she's keeping the
That sounds sketchy.
whatever. But I paid with my own card for $12.50 to have to watch that one. But surprisingly, a lot of people showed up and it was really nice. Have
you seen it before?
I know. So the Cat Returns next month. It's Poco Rosso. I've also not seen that one.
I like that one.
And then like 2 months from now, it's Grave of the Fireflies, which I have not seen that one either.
God, bring
That's
a
a hard
box of tissues or napkins. That one, oh man,
That's a heartbreaker.
Like, just brace yourself.
Woof.
Like, it goes.
It's
it does
sad.
not like
My
uplift. It's
my
just
original
like,
plan was to watch every single Studio Ghibli movie, but knowing that it doesn't cover the movie pass doesn't cover it, and it's like $12.50. I was like, I'll just watch the ones I have not seen. So the one that I missed was the one with the girl with the fish. She turns into
Ponyo?
fish. Ponyo.
Oh, Ponyo.
But I've seen that one, so that was fine.
Okay. I really want to know what you think of Firefly.
That's like when it's late, much later. We'll
God.
be past episode 69.
Okay, with that one, I knew about it. Like, okay, saddest movies of all time, and there were 2 that I knew like were. One, I knew it was going to be a good movie, and then not that it wasn't a good movie, but I didn't know if it was going to be sad or not. And then the other one I knew was going to be sad, and I was like, do I watch these when I'm happy, or do I watch these when I'm already sad to just like not ruin a happy? And I decided to go with the latter and watch it when I'm already sad. Fuck. Man, that like
Yay.
I was depressed because it was 2 movies. I watched the first one. It was a really good boxing movie called Crying Fist.
Yeah.
And it's very good. Like, it's got the guy from Old Boy in it, the actor, the main guy.
That cream.
And there's a kid, and it's 2 stories on how they cross paths, and it involves a lot of boxing. The cover shows it. Anyway, the story.
We're gonna have to pause it.
And we're back after some technical difficulties and personal
We had
difficulties. Emergencies. What were we talking about? I had watched something.
So I was talking about Studio Ghibli, Rampage, and then shit. What were you talking about? We should just listen to the clip.
Grave of Fireflies.
Grave of the Firefly. Yeah, I
That's
watched
right.
double feature. Super
Sad,
sad.
when you're really depressed.
Yeah, it was brutal. But I also think, like, in hindsight, I'm like, I don't think I would have wanted to ruin a good day at the same time.
I'll ruin any good day.
So,
I don't know,
anyway.
like, because you're trying to warn me, like, brace yourself,
It's sad.
emotionally
It's
brace
sad.
yourself. I think I can handle it.
Okay. I'm
very stern wall.
Okay.
Come back dressed all in black.
Fuck. Anyway, what have you been up to, Jake?
Not as streaming as much. Not streaming
I
as
noticed.
much. I've been working on the YouTube, dude.
I saw the video, the book festival, right?
Right.
You went to that and did your video.
Streamed it, but I didn't see no fucking
Oh
video.
yeah, streamed.
Oh, you
and
streamed it?
I did both.
I saw the vlog
Yeah,
video you had put
I
together.
haven't seen that one yet.
it's
Can't
good.
watch it.
It's good.
Did you have a lot of fun making that?
Yeah.
You
I
should
just gotta
use that
improve.
intro that you used, that you created that one time.
Oh, the car.
one. That's a fucking good intro. I like it a lot.
I don't want to reuse stuff.
No, wait, like not essentially reusing, but you gotta like. I think you should do maybe for a bit, like have like a same thing going on, and that intro could be your same bit.
I want to do something like that where it's flashing.
Yeah,
I
that was
wanna
really
do
good.
that,
With
but-
music, like going with the music, boom, boom, boom. Like Casey Neistat, he has the suit. Like that's how you know it's his.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore, dude. He retired the suit, but
Because he was getting a lot of shit for it.
Spoilers.
so
Book festival.
book festival was cool, man. Oh man, I bought a shit ton of books. It's fucking.
You reading them?
Met some-
No, I'm,
I like the answer.
I'm opening a library, like I said in the video. Fuck, it's so disgusting, dude. How many books I fucking bought?
How do you manage it? Do you like?
My fucking closet. There are more fucking books than clothes.
he has
So
so
you
many,
don't have like a bookshelf out.
I don't have a bookshelf.
he has so many books, they physically hurt him.
Yeah, they do. Actually, that's a story in itself. My fucking right eye lost part of its vision because of a book fell on it. That's a long story. I tell it on stream.
All right.
But
So
it's like stacked like vertically.
Okay.
And there's like 4 big stacks, like 6 foot tall stacks.
that could kill you one day.
And
Yeah.
it almost
It almost did. Met Whitney Cummings, Jenna Fisher, who's Pam Beasley in The Office. I'd never watched The Office. So.
You never watched The Office?
No, I've only seen clips.
I've never
saw
seen
your
Stranger
Instagram
Things season
footage
2.
of that one. I saw your Instagram footage of Jenna. Was she going towards her thing, or is that after?
She spoke at this like panel thing, and she was walking towards her thing, and people were stopping her and talking to her, and it felt like, I don't know if you've seen the story. It felt like she was like, "Oh, cool story, bro," and just left.
Yeah,
It's like, "Oh my gosh, good story." And, like she just walks away. Yeah, but yeah, it was cool, man. Dude, that festival is pretty dope.
It's
like
been like for me, it's varied in quality, and it's I guess depending on what I get out of it or what I go for. I've had really, really good times, and I've had like times, but I love going just because of the ambience. Like it's fun being around book enthusiasts and seeing the booths and stuff. You see a wide variety of like everything from like binding specialists to authors to illustrators.
It was crazy. I saw Moby, so he was there promoting. I don't know what his album, dude. His line was not that long. I was like, fuck. And I was looking at his autobiography. I had too many books, but I looked at his autobiography. I was like, dude, it looks kind of cool.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks, too many books. What else? Something else happened at the book festival.
Spoilers?
I can't remember. No, not spoilers.
Oh, the stuck-up artist.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna.
Did you
mention
go with him?
I'm not gonna mention that.
Okay.
There was a celebrity who acted really stuck up. I was just
that's
like,
a bummer.
But I mean, I recommend it.
Cool.
There was dope.
LA Book Festival. It's in April usually.
Yeah,
Every
Sounds like it was way better than last year's.
I kind of regret not getting Vivica Fox's. I just wanted to meet her.
Oh, okay.
All I remember from last year is
Wasn't it
The-
Handmaid's Tale last year?
yeah,
Margaret Atwood.
yeah, we saw her.
The person that had the biggest line is Rick Riordan. He does the Percy
For this
Jackson. Yeah.
Oh.
Young adult Percy Jackson books. Magnus Chase. His line was
Killing it, huh?
fucking ridiculous.
Okay. I remember seeing the movie. I didn't really care for it.
Anyways, all I remember from last year's books festival was the lobster truck.
Oh,
It
shit.
was actually surprisingly good, but like, it's like a 2-bite lobster.
$20?
$20 2 bites.
Yeah.
God damn it! I was like, this is the best 2 bites I've had in a long time, but it's
But
Fun size.
God.
my original plan was to just focus on YouTube and make a monthly vlog, but I've been consistent with weekly vlogs. I haven't fucking fell off a weekly, and this week is another weekly. Next week I have another weekly planned. So I've been really consistent. I
you posted
sacrificed I sacrificed streaming for just editing videos. That's what
How's that
Monday,
felt,
Tuesday,
though?
Wednesday. It feels a lot better.
Really?
Because I mean that's what I'm really passionate about right now,
Okay.
just the vlogs.
Well, my only worry was like if you were gonna, you worked so hard for the streaming side of things, and I was worried that you would lose out on the momentum you've built and the work you've done. So I didn't know if this was like a planned strategy or if it was like a scope creep of you taking this shift in direction in your creativity. But it's working out better if you enjoy it.
Well, I mean the stream is obviously not as many people, but there's still people there.
Yeah.
It's all about the vlogs.
You start streaming again on vacay time, school breaks. That's when
Oh
you should
yeah,
start streaming.
summer's coming, dude. Summer's when the growth happens.
Classes in session.
Summer's coming,
Professor
dude.
Professor Jang.
Hey, but winter's not
Yeah,
coming.
winter's not coming. Fuck
Shit.
bullshit.
In case people don't know, what recent news is that He's coming out with a book.
He confirmed that it is because before he had said George R. R. Martin had said it's a few months out. It's coming along. I'm hoping to get something out soon or have a release. And then he confirmed that it's not for sure coming out in 2018. The next Game of Thrones.
He says winter is not coming in 2018 is what he says.
But the part that like to me adds salt to the wound.
He's like, I finished the book.
Hey, guess what? There's a history book that I've written about the years prior to what's been going on in the Game of Thrones books, and it's coming out in November. I'm like, what? Like,
what's so funny is they made this joke in Logan Lucky, dude.
Yeah, they did.
It's so good, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Finish the goddamn books. That's like the #1 comment always. Whenever he posts like, "Oh, I'm in Tennessee doing the finish the goddamn books."
It's never gonna happen.
Dude, that Logan Lucky. Oh my god, dude. So good.
For me, I've been getting back. Okay. Last week, after we finished recording on Thursday, today's the 26th of April. Last week, the new Monster Hunter World mode Siege had come out, as well as God of War had released.
Right.
God, terrible timing.
And I remember that night I got back home and I played the first bit of God of War, and I was like, "All right, this is good." Like I knew I've been hearing nothing but good things, and it was good. I enjoyed it, and we'll probably talk about it more later. Yeah, yeah. Like I've already had like a few things spoiled, and I've accidentally spoiled that by talking about said spoilers in public. I'm like, fuck, I'm adding to the problem. I hate adding to it. But then I was like, okay, this is like how I was with Horizon and Zelda coming out at the same time. Except but a little bit different in that Siege is a limited event.
Yeah.
It ends like next week.
So you can't hold off on it forever.
I think they're gonna. I'm not gonna play. Sure. I'm not gonna play it. I'm letting you guys know. But I think it's coming back.
It's probably no. I 100%. It's not like a one and done. Yeah. If it's good, it's
because it's gonna be a new monster.
But I just don't want to like focus on it as much in the future because there's armor sets that are that are set, and then there's the loot grind. And I really enjoyed how they've incorporated relics because they've had relics in the past. And this way, I think, works really well. The only part that's been pissing me off is it came out. Everyone's fucking playing God of War right now. None of my friends are playing this, at least at the same time I am. So there was one night where I got on with like Jay, Tom, and Keith. No, and Cholo, not Keith. There was another night where Keith was on, but they were doing some stuff earlier. And we, like, I was learning it still. They were already in the groove. And it's a really fun, like, I know we had compared it to Gen Moran, where it's just like this big wave thing. You just do damage, and then there's an end. It's not like that. I don't, like...
Monster-wise, though, like, it's
very big.
Similar.
It is big, but that whole feel of, like, you're just doing damage to him along the way. It's only like that for, like, there's 4 stages to this fight. The first stage is the only part that reminds me of that. Everything else makes me think like, okay.
Yeah, you get to certain arenas, essentially.
Yeah. I feel like piercing bow would just fuck them up.
It does, yeah, because...
But the thing is, like, if you do... You hunt once, and you get to a certain level of pursuit. And that makes him more breakable, more susceptible to damage in future hunts. So if you have a good group, you can do it in 2 hunts or 3 at the most. Yep. If you don't have a good group, it could take 3 to 5. Mm-hmm. And even if you lose, you progress in that. But a lot of times when you have a group with like a lancer, a ranged weapon like a bow gun of some sort or a bow, you're in good hands usually. Because there's like some parts in these arenas where they just like sit on a ledge, pierce, Weirvin shot, it does good. But then you see other guys like sword and shield users or charge blade users part breaking. Because the big emphasis is breaking parts to increase the total pool. Like... There's besides just beating him and breaking his horns, the amount of rewards you get is dictated by how many of the other objectives to him have you broken. So you have to break his left arm, his right arm, his back, his other back, chip his horn, drop the boulders. Like each of these adds is like it's a checkbox.
Yeah.
The more of these you check off, the bigger the pool of rewards will be, and it's randomized, which is fun. So I've been enjoying it. When I get like in a lobby that gets a groove going, I know it's a good groove because all the players are Japanese. I'm like, all right, I'm in good hands.
That's Japanese.
They know what the fuck they're doing. consistently.
I feel like I've had the opposite experience. Like I've
Japanese?
had bad Japanese
Really?
players.
I've had a
I've
handful, but I
never-
can definitely think of way more times where it's been
Yeah.
English names, like
Japanese people, when they come on stream, I'm like, oh.
just really like
Thank
relax.
God. So that's been fun. I played a little bit of God of War every now and again when I've had enough fill of that, and then I finally start watching shows again. I'm
Westworld.
20
Season 2.
No, I haven't watched that yet. We're waiting like another week or two till we pick up HBO. But I've been watching Legion.
Oh.
I missed Legion so much.
That yellow dude or whatever, or green
He's
dude.
back.
He's back, but he's not yellow, and it's got an eerie vibe to it, but it's
better.
It's familiar, and it's less disorienting. Season 1 was very much like, until episode 4, it was just like, I don't know, it's incoherent. Like, it's just a bunch of weird shit, but I kind of like this weird shit. And then you get a linear
More
story,
refined.
a focused story. This one, I feel like because it's already overcome that and you're familiar with it, it's going off the bat. It's like, okay, we're not beating around the bush. There is disorienting things going on because it's the nature of the show, because of the characters. But it is done, like, regardless of what's going on, that I know what it is or not, it just looks good. Like, it's captivating. And I think that's a good quality of TV these days.
Yeah.
Like, Fargo has it. Breaking Bad, like, episodes that, like, were about very little were some of the most captivating episodes. Better Call Saul has it sometimes, but I'm really enjoying it. This is the 4th episode now, and I think it's 11 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, been enjoying that. I think outside of that, I mean, I'm trying not to get spoiled more on God of War,
And Infinity War.
and now I just have to wait another day or two for Infinity War. This is very hard. Very, very hard. Just because I think the biggest hitter for me that's making it hard is YouTube. Like, the rest of the internet, it's fairly easy for me to avoid. YouTube,
I know nothing.
No, but it's like the
Jon Snow?
thumbnails and the titles are suggestive enough for, like, I'll have seen one IGN video and I get recommended 8 other videos related to movies.
Wait, what have I posted that has spoiled Infinity War?
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying you have. I'm saying when I YouTube things.
Oh, okay.
And then because I've YouTubed a video game, because I've YouTubed
That reminds me of Game of Thrones. Remember when the thing got leaked and so and so fights so and so? Like, oh! People were leaking. Oh.
but like I'd seen some like game reviews, and all of a sudden I'm getting thumbnails for final boss fights and cutscene like, let's talk about X moment, and I'm like, no, like, don't show, like, especially the thumbnails. I'm like, this is bothering me. So YouTube is like the biggest culprit.
You got to
for me.
beat God of War ASAP.
That's
ASAP.
yeah. I gotta, like, I'm kind of. The thing is, I got in. Last thing I'll say about Monster Hunter, I did the alpha armor completely. I somehow got 2 gems, which you need from this monster.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I was surprised because I've been hearing nothing but horror stories of like how it's impossible to get his gems, and only 2 pieces of armor need it, 1 each. And then I was like, I need to make the beta before it's gone. I haven't had a single one of his gem. I have like millions of other pieces of this guy.
I need to play Monster Hunter.
You do.
You a second ago, you're like,
No, I mean, I don't care, but like,
I haven't even done Devil Joe.
just the fact you said the rarity, fuck, dude.
It's frustrating. That's the only frustrating part. Everything else,
We'll see what I play.
We'll
We'll see what I play tomorrow.
What's cool though about the relic thing is it's actually a great incentive the way they have it for me to play a new weapon. Like, I got like random loot pool of weapons, and I found out this hunting horn I got was
Like the best.
amazing. And I'm like, I'm learning hunting horn. So the next day I play, I'm like,
Do the weapons have like status?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Some
like,
of them will have. And it says in the name, like the one that I think it was Tom who posted up on our group meetup. It's a hammer that's called like
Terrath Ice or whatever.
Yeah,
Does
well,
it?
his is called Terra Sleep, and it literally does sleep. It's a fucking hammer that adds sleep damage. I was like, holy!
And it's not
shit,
a little;
that's
it's
really
like
good.
500 sleep
Yeah.
damage.
Does it have slots, random
Yeah.
slots?
Yeah, they'll have
So
random stuff.
a lot of them are riffs on existing weapons, but they tweak things. So some of them are worse than existing weapons. Some of them are like lateral moves, and some of them are better.
Do they glow?
No, they're gold.
They're
Oh.
all gold.
So like I got one of the better charge blades, and this thing is like solid gold, and my blade is like solid gold, and then when it like I have all the files charged on it, it's just like red hot, like
I
it's
should
just
play
been forged.
Monster Hunter.
It's just I miss it. I've been away from it for a little bit now, and I was like, this has been good, and I can't wait to just do regular hunts after I do God of War a little bit.
I was reading that what was it for The Hobbit when they did the Smog or the dragon that they literally used up all the paint in whatever country they were in to paint this location. They actually had to import more paint, gold paint, to be able to finish off
That's
the
how
whole
this
room.
feels.
Yeah, and I'm like, when I first played it, I was like, this is a lot of gold.
This is a lot
This is a lot of gold. It's so funny because, dude, parts of him will drop off, and there's bugs that are like gold, and like they go and grab it, and you can just like rip it out of them, like grab the parts off of them.
That's how the like for his armor. That's how you get most of the materials. Is you just keep fighting him, and every time you do anything,
shit drops
when
off
he
of
leaves to the next zone, you spend a good 5 minutes just going over the floor, picking up all the materials, and that's where you get all the shells and horns and stuff.
And when you break off, like you get like a good like chunk that you can grab like 2-3 pieces off of.
So I need to buy a blonde wig.
Yeah.
Afro. I love
I love gold. And with that, you guys want to get in the topic?
Yeah, let's do it. So my topic is let's build a humble fundle. Humble
fundle?
Humble jumble.
Jumble.
Humble bundle?
Humble jumble bundle.
Humble bundle. Let's build a humble bundle.
Okay.
And I mean, originally my idea, I didn't express it to you guys very well. I wanted to have tiers because you know how Humble Bundle has tiers. It's like if you donate $1, you get these. If you go over like the limit or the average, which would be like 2 something usually, you get this much. If you pay over $5, $10 or whatever, you get these games or whatever. And then I wanted a theme too, but I didn't express that to you guys. I just did the tiers, so that isn't a big deal. But mine has an open world theme to it. So for $1, you get GTA 4.
Okay.
You get H1. No, not H1Z1. Arma 3. I think it was the
Arma.
one that the original. Like all this. I feel like this is what the Battle Royale kind of started at is Arma with the mod. It was a mod, I think.
H1Z1?
Yeah, the H1Z1 mod off of them. So it would be Arma, and then so you get those 2 games for $1.
Okay.
For if you did average, I'll say $3, you get Grand Theft Auto 5. The mod for Arma, which makes it the H1Z1. And then probably a ridiculous game called Rust.
Oh, I've heard of that.
The nudity game. Like you pretty much start out nude and you build, like you can build all the way to guns and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
And then if you did over the 5 average one or over the $5, you would get, what was it? Conan. It's a more recent one. Conan Age. I was gonna say Age of Barbarian. I don't think that's what it is though.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's a Conan one. It's very similar to Rust. Like you start. It's like all in the Conan based world.
Okay.
And same thing. You start out with nothing, and like you cut down trees to get wood, break rocks to get rock, and you can build stuff like that. I remember that one got big. I bought the game. A really fun game. And then you would also get. So it's just that, and then the other one is you would get. This is probably not even true. The beta for Grand Theft Auto 6. That would be it.
That's a hell of a steal for
Hell yeah, dude.
a humble bundle.
I'm helping out my people.
Do you want to go or you want me to go, Jay?
I'll go. I don't know the third game because I've never bought a humble bundle, ever. So I would go. I'm gonna do Star Wars. That's the theme. $1 will get you X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Okay.
Number 2. Shit. One of those third-person Star Wars games. Jedi Outcast 2. Right. And then for $5, so it's like, is it ranked? You get $3, you get the first 2?
Yeah, you get the first 2. So for $5, you would get all these plus the last
And
game.
the third one would be KOTOR. Drop the mic.
I would do for $5.
And for $10, get everything with KOTOR 2.
For $5, they ship you the arcade.
Fuck, I'm staying instantly.
Other than that, I mean, another Humble Bundle would be like the Quake, but they do that.
Yeah.
That's the only Humble Bundle that I would buy. The Quake, Doom,
The reason why
software.
software ones.
It's funny too. The reason why I brought this up is because right now they have like a PS4 one, which I mean they've done in the past, but this one has some fairly good ones.
What is
it was I know there's like a Resident Evil. It's PlayStation themed, so there are PSP games.
Okay.
There are PS3
Vita?
games and then PS4 games, but I know that the final tier, all of them are PS4 games, and there's some pretty good games here.
You got the gears turning for me.
I'll bring it up. Well, I thought you have your list here.
Knack 1.
I have one that I had in mind, but I have a few more now because of what you guys are.
Knack
Oh my
2.
god. Knack Attack.
Knack 1, Knack 2, and Knack the movie.
I would do. I got a couple, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So my this would be a fucking steal. Like people would be like, get on this now. It's the Blizzard bundle.
Ooh.
So tier 1 gets you Wings of Liberty and Diablo 3.
God
Base.
damn.
Base. Tier 2 gets you Reaper of Souls, Diablo 3 expansion, and Heart of the Swarm.
Okay.
StarCraft expansion. And 3 months of WoW.
Okay. That's actually really good.
Tier 3 gets you all that. The next expansion, Into the Void, Necromancer for Diablo 3.
The character, yeah.
It was that, and wasn't it a few maps or something, or was it just a character?
It was literally just a character.
Okay, then yeah,
It was
Necromancer, Enter the Void or Into the Void, I forget.
Legacy of the Void?
Legacy of the Void. Yes, thank you. It's neither.
I knew you were talking about that.
Legacy of the Void, Wings of Liberty, and
Like Overwatch, but like the beginning bundle, where it gives you all the clothes.
I'm debating between. I feel like Overwatch is too much, but at the same time, I want to make it a steal.
You know, the best bundle in real life was the orange box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know that was amazing.
Shit, dude.
So I won't do Overwatch. I'll do. You know what? There's a couple I'd want to do. I'd throw in instead of Overwatch. I'll give people a choice. They could be like, pick between. You either get Overwatch with the Necromancer and Legacy of the Void, or you get what's it called?
Overwatch.
No, Hearthstone, like some bundle of it where it comes with a bunch of packs, and Warcraft 3 with its expansion.
God, that was such a good. Like that's what got me into it.
Yeah, so it'd be like play this nostalgia.
So let me tell you
how good of a.
This is the real hunt button. Right now, it is a Capcom and Sega PlayStation. So you get for anything you want. You can literally give like cents to get this.
I've done that before.
Dead Rising 3, and this is on PS4. You get Dust Force. This is only on the Vita. You get Crazy Taxi, only on PS3, and you get Monkey Ball, only on PS Vita. All right, so for the average, which apparently is $11.87, a lot of people have been fucking donating. On PS4, you get Resident Evil HD Remastered. Okay. You get Mega Man Legacy. These are all of this is the collection, Legacy collection. On PS4. You get Code Veronica for PS4. Then you get Sonic Generations, that's for PS3. You get Binary Domain, PS3, and Alien Isolation, PS4. That's for pretty much $12.
Okay.
For $15 or more, you get Dead Rising 2 on PS4 and Valkyria, which is I believe like an RPG.
Yeah, it's like a tactical RPG sort of.
Yeah, and then you get credit towards wait, what does this say? Free Humble Bundle exclusive for World of Warships. Oh, okay. No, I was thinking World of Warcraft. Okay. But yeah, like that's like even for $15, like that Valkyrie one I've been looking into, but I would get like the second tier is what has the best Resident Evil, Mega Man, and Alien Isolation. Like holy shit.
So my other theme would be street games, NBA Street Volume 2.
Yeah. NFL Street.
NFL. No, I wouldn't do NFL Street. I'd do NFL Blitz.
Okay.
And then I'd have Super Mario Strikers. And then I'd have, I don't know, like NBA Jam or NBA Playground. Like just some other like kind of like off-beaten.
So talking about this, I just realized that there was a Star Wars bundle, and it was literally for $15, which was the third tier. You got like every single existing game, and that included KOTOR.
I feel like yours, I would have KOTOR and Jedi Outcast in the same.
Yeah.
And then I would have KOTOR 2, Republic Commando, and maybe like, I don't know. There was a RTS Star Wars game that was like old. Like not old, but like 90s, early 2000s. Fuck, what was it called? But it was like Age of Empires style.
Okay.
But like Star Wars. And it did not get a lot of steam. But I remember playing the shit out of that. So yeah, buy our sales now.
TheWeeklyDLC.com.
The weekly DLC bundles. Cool. That was fun.
Yeah. And then your topic?
My topic?
Yeah.
All right. So that's what this paper was for.
I don't even remember what your topic is.
So we've been talking about Fortnite. We've been seeing a lot of Fortnite, Battlegrounds, all these, or not Battlegrounds, PlayerUnknown's, but Battle Royale mode is kind of like taking video gaming by storm.
Yeah.
And last week we kind of talked about, or what you brought up for your topic was games being sold in segments of like single player, multiplayer.
And we used to know them as like
just total
that
packages.
bundle, yeah.
So that I was thinking also kind of a combination of the two games that you've seen. So like Fortnite, for instance, I'll use that as an example. Originally shipped as a game where it was like horde mode. You're building cooperatively to like hold them off. And
does that game even exist still?
That's the paid game. If you want to buy Fortnite, that's what you're paying for.
No one pays for this stuff anymore.
But they make an incentive because it gives you perks or costumes for the Battle Royale mode, which is free.
True.
But it's like the Founders Pack or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they added I guess after the success of PUBG or alongside it, they were like, hey, it's got a Battle Royale mode. And that fucking shot this thing from like nothing to the stratosphere.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, in regards to game modes being such a shift for a game to succeed so much, what games or franchises would you guys like to see get like a game mode to them that they don't normally have? Like hoping that it would elevate it or change. Or like
so I have a quick one. I don't know if you have this.
It could be small stuff.
It's something that just got announced, actually.
What's that?
So my thought was, because Destiny 1 had this. They had similar kind of like a horde mode. You went in an arena. This was the
Skolas?
Yeah, Skolas.
Oh, Prison of Elders.
Prison of Elders. So this was almost like a horde mode. You literally went in an arena and you had to take out everybody and not die. And then with certain monsters, there were certain things you had to do, like actually this was in the hardest difficulty, like grab these orbs that would appear.
Yeah, that was Skolas. Like that was a set boss.
Okay.
All the other ones were rotating bosses.
But some of them were fucking hard.
Yeah, they were. This one, when you got to the final tier was always going to be Skolas, who was this fucking asshole. And then there was that modifier where it was like, you're diseased, and there's 3 people, and in order you
have to pass. You have to be next to someone. Close
it
to
has
someone.
like 30 seconds for you to hold it. If you don't give it to one of us, you die.
Yeah.
Permanently.
And then it goes to someone else.
Yeah, and then if, let's say, Jang takes it from you, which he can take it off your hands, you now have a debuff, which means you two can't keep swapping it back and forth while I go do DPS. So that means you have to give it to me after your timer's done, and then we rotate it, all the while fighting the hardest fucking monsters in this game.
And it's not easy because this fool goes up to your face and just shoots you with a fucking shotgun that has perfect accuracy. You can be through a wall, like the little crevice is allowing the shot to hit you.
that was an achievement to beat.
I loved it though. Like I loved the point where like as hard as I could do it on my own. Like I love doing shit on my own. And
how'd you do that on your own?
No, not this actual Skolas fight. Like the other leading up to that.
Yeah.
I would honestly just spend like hours just playing that game, like that mode on my own. And I believe with this new DLC that's coming out,
Warmind,
they talked about a horde mode. Mm-hmm. So that's something that I want to see, and I'm excited for that. So I'm gonna.
But it's something they've done before.
Right. That's why I was like, it's something small because it's been done before. Fair. Yeah,
I've heard because the Destiny kind of fell off with Destiny 2. The streamers have like all but gone away from it. They held a summit recently with their community. They're like, we want to bring some of our most avid content creators to this and get feedback. And a lot of them have said like, we've played something that's going to come out in a big update in September that we really hate that we have an NDA to not be able to talk about right now, but it's a new game type that they're like, this is what's going to carry it. I'm curious, like
in September,
Battle Royale?
probably.
Do you think that I know a lot of games are now like Call of Duty has all but confirmed that they're adding like some sort of Battle Royale mode. Do you think at least Kotaku reported that the Black Ops 4 was going to do something along those lines? How it ends up being, I don't know.
That's
but
crazy.
like Destiny, do you guys see that? Like I don't see it doing it with 100 people.
Yeah.
Because that game is very intense graphically.
Yeah, like 16
and
max.
server wise.
So I don't know.
The level design would have to be weird.
Yeah.
You couldn't use the levels that they have now.
No,
it wouldn't work.
But okay. So yeah.
I just wanted to bring that up so we can start now.
That's sort of about it. I was tossing out ideas. I don't like have a full set, but like modes that I was like trying to think of like what modes of games do you not see as often now that you like? Because like some things I was thinking of like there's horde modes, battle royale is sort of something, free for all is something. Capture the flag is one I really don't see as much. I remember like that was the de facto multiplayer mode.
I don't enjoy it.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
Halo, the fucking skull.
Was that Oddball?
Yeah.
Yeah, Oddball.
Yeah, like when I was playing a lot of Overwatch, what they do is every week you have like a level. Like if you do 3 wins of any type of game, you will get 1 out of 3 weekly chests. Like, and these are like loot boxes essentially. So as long as you won a total of 9 times throughout the week, you would get all 3 loot boxes. And on top of that, certain game modes had a bonus loot box. Like as long as you won this game, you got a loot box out of that thing. And sometimes it would be like their capture the zone version. I was like, I can't, like, fuck. I would play that game like 6-7 times before my team won. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I just suck. Like I would try to like play defensively. So like as soon as my friend got it, I'm trying to protect him. But like they're like teams are just so coordinated on the other end that you're playing against. I'll be like, okay, I'll be the guy to grab the flag, and I'll just like use the fastest person tracer and just like zoom, grab this shit, and then like just zoom out, and like no one's protecting me, and I die, and I'm like fuck, and then they grab it, goes right back to the beginning again.
A lot of my friends, when Capture the Flag was the game mode, loved it. I was always like, I love deathmatch and team deathmatch.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a very simple man when it comes to a first person shooter. So whenever we play them, I'm like, that's fine. I'm treating this like a deathmatch. So I'm killing. That's all I'm doing. Don't give me the flag. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Pressure. But the mode that came to mind that I'd kind of like to see, it probably is a custom mode because this game often has a lot of custom game types, is StarCraft or an RTS that has a King of the Hill sort of mode where you're kind of, I don't have a fully formed idea, but it would be something along the lines of like you're holding a territory and everyone is like told like strike this territory. Like let's say an 8-player match of StarCraft. Everyone's like, this game like randomly it like does like a duck goose and you're it. Now everyone's told like whoever's at this base, go for them like in the shadow fog, and like you just have to hold them off as long as you can. Then you do another round and you see who can hold off everyone else for the longest time.
That's cool.
I think that'd be a tough, like to hold off 7 other people.
Yeah,
is
for a
not
limited amount of time.
You're almost guaranteed to lose unless you're really
unless
skilled.
you're Terran.
You know what I like to see? This is for Fortnite. I would like to see like very similar to like tower defense, like the way you would see like a mobile game where like monsters are going in a certain path, and you have to build. Obviously, you only start with a little enough money to build like 1 or 2 towers. So you build a tower, kill all the enemies, get money, and you start building you start building mazes. But in the sense of like a first person shooter like this, where you run around to that point to drop down the thing, and so when the game starts, it takes you away from your character and it builds a top view.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't control it anymore. At this point, like you've locked in, like I only want this tower here, and then you just see it go, and you're like, okay, now I know how to build this, and you like, and so it goes right back into first person again for the next zone, and then you start building onto that, and you can make it a maze or whatever.
There's a game like that, minus the part where it locks you
Paragon?
out. No, Orcs Must Die.
Oh, okay.
Except it doesn't do the lock
Right,
mode. It's just
okay.
like you're constantly still in it when they're
Oh.
coming through. But you make
And you're able to like continue attacking them
Yeah.
when like like your character can attack them, or
yeah. So like you're
Okay.
running around setting up everything that does the majority of the damage, but you can continue to help like aggro them so that this triggers or like
Gotcha.
do a little bit extra. But I think your mode would be interesting because they kind of like
yeah,
I
you're
gotta
locked.
see it, and then you kind of like tweak it as
Yeah.
you go. Very interesting. Did you have any?
The current Street Fighter, I want to so they used to sell this like Street Fighter chess set. So I want to add like Street Fighter chess to like the Street Fighter. So you can play chess like the Street Fighter characters, and you can play chess against people online.
There's those bonuses where you have to beat up the car fast enough, but there's like a bonus like play chess against the computer.
Yeah, I want Street Fighter chess on Street Fighter, and you
Holy
play it online.
shit.
I don't know if this would be too much, but what would be cool is, let's say you have all the pawns are certain characters, the rooks are certain
You
characters.
find them playing the game.
So like you and I would be playing a game of chess,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm about to like take your rook, before I take it, you have a chance to challenge. And we have a
Oh.
match. We have a traditional match of Street Fighter. If you win like 2 rounds, pretty much, then
Best out of
you
3.
kind of it could be like a mercy rule. It's like this could be redeemed later, or it doesn't get taken. I don't know, something.
It should be like though, if like for example, my pawn gonna take your pawn,
It starts the
your
match.
my health should be. Oh no, wait. Your health should be very little, so you do have a chance of beating me, but it's very slim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very slow.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a good mix of the two.
And then like your actual like player
Yeah.
avatars
Yeah.
have like a whole life bar themselves, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. So like every time like you lose a match, but it was your turn to like because you were doing the move to like take over that point.
It's expensive. It's like $200.
When you were doing the move to take over the point and you lost that round, it like takes a chunk of your health out, boom, because you lost that round or whatever.
But you took his piece.
But you took his piece anyways.
That'd
So
be
then
good.
like if that happens enough where you keep losing, you just lose because you just lost all your health.
So it requires some skill on both.
Yeah.
I don't. That,
I mean, different like
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
like different game modes in that one chest,
yeah,
you know?
that's pretty cool. I was trying to think of a few other ones. Like the modes I had, or I mean, the things I had written down as modes.
I feel like I have just one that just it will take over everything.
Well, let me go through real quick. It was like capture the flag, horde, battle royale. I had raids, like if a game had a raid in it,
Mhm.
and then I had co-op as a mode, and then local split screen, like if a game included some local split screen into it. But those were like ideas
like a
of
way out.
fucking fuck the Oscars.
Now a way in.
That's a sequel. Well, what was your game type?
So, the way I got into World of Warcraft was playing Warcraft 3.
Okay.
They have the game itself was a strategy game where like you build like barracks. You build armies. You send them out to fight.
More work.
More work. But they had custom games, and like these people got intricate. This is where I first learned about tower defense games, where I learned about pretty much this is how World of Warcraft started. It was in a custom game. Like they had one was really fun. Like you were a hero in like a zone where everything was a zombie, and it was like they were so powerful they would take you out in one hit. So you would have to like run and shoot, and you would be a team of like 4. I think it was up to 8 people. You can choose different heroes. Each hero had a different ability. One had like a really strong one-shot kill on any zombie, but like it required a lot of timing. So you would have to have teammates like kind of just corral them, and then you can shoot it. But I feel like any game that allows for this customization, like if like let's say Fortnite was like, here are the tools, you guys can build your own game modes, and just anybody can do whatever they want. Like so they can build that tower defense game I was talking about for.
Do this in the Dreams.
Yeah, like something like that. I mean, the thing is, like with Dreams, I don't feel like it was emphasized or it wasn't showcased very well that way. I don't know if that's exactly what you can do.
I thought the latest showcase of it kind of was saying that like everything in these 3 stories was made using the game itself.
Right. But it doesn't. I don't know. Like the way I saw that, like the way they showed it to me, it didn't have like my head wasn't like you can do what I did in Warcraft 3,
Okay.
you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just doing like custom game modes like that would blow up another game. Like that would be the next step to being like, it's like allowing people to mod the game.
Yeah.
So you literally create a game with a story mode and then be like, by the way, here's like a tool so you guys can customize your own games, make your own story, or just make like a whole new type of game and just have people do it that way. And I don't know how you would make the money because like microtransactions, you would probably be able to buy assets that you can use to make stuff.
Like tiers.
And then what would be cool is like when you make a stage and you publish it, when people play it, they don't have to own the assets. They simply are able to just play it. That way it allows people to be able to enjoy a game without ever having to really pay for it. But if you're super into like making the stuff, you can pay for those assets and build up. And that helps both, you know, publisher and creator. So that'd be a really cool thing. And that's something, I don't know, I love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. The only other one I was thinking was Pokemon. I was like, they've done enough already where they've varied it up. They've done fighting games, like traditional fighting games. They've done RPGs. They've done,
virtual reality. No.
Yeah,
they need to do virtual. reality.
I think like they should they've done single battles in Pokemon, like the RPG style. They've done double battles. Now they've even done triple battles. I think they should take the scale up a little bit further out, but it would require the game mode to be slightly adjusted.
War versus war.
So it's not just RPG, but it's tactical RPG. So like imagine a Final Fantasy Tactics style map, and you're a series of trainers. And you see a series of trainers, and you can see everyone's loadout, like what Pokemon they're repping.
I feel like to make it easy, like I feel like if every Pokemon trainer had 6 Pokemon, that shit would take for fucking ever.
That's the draw. So that's the hard part. You could do
like,
3.
Yeah, you would either limit it or be like each trainer is 1 Pokemon. Like,
well, I was thinking one of 2 ways. I was thinking either the Pokemon in the fight, it's like a multi-level fight, so that you could just have like, hey, here's Pikachu, here's the champ. And have it that way, or you could have it be like scale up in the sense that it's trainers fighting, and then I would move my Ash Ketchum to fight your Brock.
Oh, and then
and then we'd get into a little fight, and that's when the 3v3 would be a little bit easier to get through. And then all of a sudden, then I take my Misty and avoid Lieutenant Surge because I know that matchup's going to be unfavorable.
Or you can do it the way...
But it's like, I'm playing with trainers. It's much like chess.
You can also do it the way Pokemon does it now, where like not every trainer you go against has a full set of Pokemon. So you're able to get a max of 6.
In the story, I would do it that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I like you and I wanted to do PvP, there would be a cap. Like there'd be competitive rules of like 3v3, certain rules, whatever. But I think that would be a way to scale up the fights.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a good one. I like that.
Pokemon, man.
But that's it. I just feel like, holy shit. Like if you have
those matches would be long.
If you control like even the way Tactics was like what? You control up to a total of 4 or 3?
I thought it was 6.
It's more.
6? Yeah, like
you had a grid of like 7 or 8, and you could control 6 of them.
So then, if you're controlling 6 Pokemon trainers, and each one has 6 Pokemon, fucking idiot.
I wouldn't do that. I feel like that'd be too much. Like I'd have 2 or 3 per person, and it's like that way it matters who you match up.
Yeah.
Like if he has dragons, I'm like, I need my ice player
water,
to like, fucking, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry. Damn. Thunder.
No.
Dragon Rage.
You're embarrassing me.
See, I've liked Dragon Knight. I just hated that he's always a weak to ice. Doesn't make any sense.
Draco Meteor.
The Ice Age. What kills dinosaurs?
Dang, that makes sense now.
Boom. All right. Next topic?
Next topic.
The big one.
Alrighty. So there was a recent YouTube video saying single playing games. Twitch is hurting single player games.
Very.
It was shared by
Alana Pierce
IGN.
On
from
IGN.
IGN, yeah.
Because she has her own channel. Yeah, I thought it was that. It wasn't. It was like
off IGN.
Yeah.
Like they're doing like these things are like
latest news.
I don't know.
It's an opinion.
Yeah, called opinion, and she brought up like from that she advertised her previous episode, and that even that previous episode was really good. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, holy shit, like these are good opinions.
So what are you saying?
So does Twitch Let's Plays or Twitch streams, do they hurt single player games?
Well, can you give some context?
So if you look at like Twitch, like the top 5 games that are played, they're all multiplayer games. But sometimes, like when a new like game like God of War gets released, that'll shoot up all the way to the top, and people will watch this. And when people watching this game, does it actually make people want to buy the game, or does it make people go, you know what, I'm just watching it, so I don't have to buy the game? So do streams and Let's Plays hurt?
I think this is a really good opinion. Because if you look at all of like the top before God of War, because God of War is like number 2 probably right now, like last I checked. But if you look at all the trending games right now, like on Twitch, they are all multiplayer games. We got Leagues of Legends, we got Overwatch, Fortnite, we've got
Counter-Strike,
Sea of Thieves. These are all like you play it online with other people. So the opinion on this video was if a creator creates a endless game mode content, which is pretty much like Fortnite, like this game or PUBG, it creates an endless amount of like new things because everyone drops in different locations, that you're dropped in different like points, so it causes new battles always to come out. So everything's different, and all you do is just add new content.
Are you looking at the top games?
Fortnite, number 1.
What do you guess? Top 5. What are your guesses besides Fortnite?
So I know Fortnite's going to be in there. I know Leagues of Legends.
Okay.
Yep, that's 5.
I know probably PUBG.
That's 3rd.
Probably Sea of Thieves.
No,
not on.
Well, I know probably God of War still up there.
God of War is 8.
Oh wow, it was huge streamers that were going in there.
The top 5: Dungeons and Dragons and Overwatch.
How is Dungeons and Dragons?
Because Geek and Sundry's.
Oh, okay. They're streaming right now.
But if it wasn't that, it would be Hearthstone, which is also multiplayer.
Exactly.
But yeah, to your point.
Yeah, so these creators, like, all they have to do is create something that like the community while playing creates. They create like the new content. Like every time you watch someone play, they're not going through the same point A to point B to finish this game. Like they're landing different locations. They're fighting different people every time. It's newer content every time someone plays, and all they have to do is just sprinkle in new DLC every time. Like, here's new weapons, here's a new map. We're changing the map that you're already playing, and it doesn't require too much. And people are constantly playing this and promoting it by being number 1. Like Fortnite,
you want to be involved in that engagement. Yeah, like as a person, like my incentive to buy the game is. This isn't. I don't like that. Didn't ruin the story for me.
For a creator,
it's like I want to be a part of this.
Creating this type of game, that's you create it, and then everything is self promotion after that on Twitch. When you do a single player game, it's not enticing anyone. Like you do one playthrough, and everyone's like, "Okay, I've seen that game. I don't need to watch it again." It's not going to cause more people to continue watching that game.
I think it depends on those. Those,
I kind of disagree. Nostalgia. People will watch someone play like Bloodborne.
Not forever.
Oh, no, I beg to differ.
I think that with other games, with single player games, the incentive or the appeal largely, like for the successful ones that are streamed, is usually challenge, like either a speed run or a certain activity that's challenging, and you want to watch someone undertake that and just practice it, or you're the streamer performing it. You're like, this is entertaining for someone to watch me go through certain series of challenges, or like I'm gonna play this game with no heart pickups, no zero. What's the soul run?
No, soul level 1.
Soul level 1, like those, like putting on those challenges or whatever. I think that's a big appeal. Another thing is like that I'm like I remember watching that video that you said for the opinion was. There's a difference between it doesn't affect like a God of War, an Uncharted, or a Last of Us. It affects like an indie game. Like an Inside. That where that line is drawn is hard for me to figure out. Like, what is it that differentiates the little ones from the little bit bigger ones?
Like one thing I can talk about is Slay the Spire. This is a game that I saw a streamer playing. This is a single player game. There is no interaction with anyone else. But the streamer that was playing it and made it get big, he's already a famous streamer. He plays just different indie games. He will constantly go through like he starts making lists. He adds onto the list, and he's like, I want to play this game, and he'll go through like the list. He'll be like, let's play this tonight. And every time he picks a game, he has to buy it. He has to go on Steam, buy these games. And that night he chose Slay the Spire. I was watching him play. I'm like, this is such a fun game, and I don't feel like he's doing a good job. I feel like I can do a better job. So I bought the game myself. I started playing it. The developers, they at some point, this guy like continued playing it because it was that fun of a game. Like even past that like day, like he would come back to it later and be like, let's replay Slay the Spire because it's so fun. It started blowing up with different streamers to the point where I don't know if this was intentional from the creators, but they added a like Twitch stream like kind of menu where when the streamer is playing the game and it gives them options, because every time you win like certain bosses, you got to pick cards, and it was like essentially a card game. This Twitch stream connection allowed your stream to choose the cards, to choose your rewards. So then it was all on their hands. All you did was just play the game.
Fuck.
And so it was like, yeah, it would be like, it would like literally connect to your own stream. You would log in, and then it would give like a message to your stream saying like, hey, the options are now choose, 1 for this card, 2 for this card, 3 for this card. And you just see like a bunch of ones pop out because everyone wants to get that one card. And then the stream's always delayed. So it would do it in text because you would see the text first. And then you would start seeing all the ones. And then like it would start happening on stream where like cards come out and you see like, 80% on this card because they want to choose, and like they're choosing the shittiest cards, and they're trying to like make it as difficult as it is for these streamers. And this now became essentially a multiplayer game. Like it wasn't just one person playing this game, it's multiple people, and this helped boost that game up so much. Like I'm sure they might have already like stopped selling so many games, like that's already like they've lost their like spike of how many people are playing this game, but that I think that initial burst gave them so much more money than they thought they would have ever made in the lifetime of that game. And that like I was like, that's crazy, and that's all because they added a streamer.
They were conscious of the Twitch factor.
I just noticed that a lot of my viewers, they don't have a lot of money, so they rather just watch someone play like a God of War. Like a lot of them don't have PS4s. And they're like, you know what? I'll just watch you play.
Well, like console exclusives. Yeah.
But I mean, just from my experience, there's two sides to it. I watched someone from Twitch Hollywood play Nier Automata, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to pick up the game. I just like, damn, dude, this is actually pretty. So, I mean, just watching someone else play that single player experience made me want to buy a game. But at the same time, I have a friend of a friend that watched someone play Inside, and I told them, are you going to buy the game? They're like, no, I watched someone play it, and that hurts the sales for Inside. They didn't want to buy it. So it's like two sides.
Yeah, I think end of the day, like you look at a Twitch streamer and their goal is longevity and viewership over a long period of time. It's like a channel. You want them to like you're a show that never stops. Like in terms of you have many seasons or episodes, and you need the content. You need the material that can provide you the content to do that. And multiplayer games cater towards that because it's like the experiences are dependent on me and who I'm playing with in each encounter. Whereas a single player is like a segment. It's like a story arc. I mean, it is a story arc. You're playing this one to bookend, done, move on. It doesn't cater as well to that all the time. And so I think that's a big part of it. It's just the difference in...
I just came up with a good idea. What you said, the Slay the Spire. So what if God of War had the... Oh, which enemy does he fight next?
So that'd be really good. What
Bloodborne? Hey, he fights this guy again.
Vermintide has that. That's a multiplayer game. It's very similar to Left 4 Dead or Evolve. But what's so cool about it is there's no PvP in a sense. Like there's no like someone who's controlling the bad guys. Yeah. But there is a Twitch stream mode in that one where it tells you like how do you want to fuck these guys up, and you can have like enemies that have fire, like just like and those were one of like the more difficult guys. You can have enemies that have poison, so like a bunch of enemies that just like throw like poisonous bottles that like show clouds, or you can have like a much difficult like boss where it's like this huge giant guy who just takes a shit ton of bullets and he'll just run around the whole stage trying to kill these guys. And it gives them the three options. Sometimes it's like one good option, two bad options. The good options like give them more ammo or give them more health. But a lot of times it's not, obviously they're not doing that. They're giving them like the harder stuff and they can choose. And like, I was like, that is fucking genius, dude. Like what's so cool is like one of the streamers was like, talking match. He's like, you guys can't fucking get rid of us. You guys can't get rid of it. And every time options came up, the most difficult. He's like, I shouldn't have said anything, you guys. I'm so sorry. But he's like still taking all this stuff out. Like it's kind of like a play on like he knows he can handle it, and his Twitch is like, oh, we're gonna mess him up. But he's just like killing it, you know. And he acts like, I'm so sorry, you know, guys.
Stop.
If you choose this option, because he can see it, I guess. So he's like, if you choose this option, we'll get so fucked up, guys. And it's like the healing option. He's trying to like convince them, and people on stream were like, choose A, don't choose B. Like he's lying to you. Choose A, and everyone's like trying to hit A, but like it's like kind of like peeking up because he's tricking them too. It was so good. It's so fucking good. God damn it, they do such a good job with that one.
I'm wondering like what's the next step with like getting involved with your chat or with Twitch, and it's getting them involved on the smaller end of the games, like what you're saying with a couple of these games. What if you had a game like Fortnite where you drop into an island, and let's say it's Zelda, like Blomkins are everywhere. And whichever Twitch streamers are watching your game get to play as the Blomkins.
Oh my god!
They're obviously very weak and very limited in what they can do. But if they coordinate enough, or if they swarm you enough, you lose as the
That'd
host.
be cool. Like the game would have two clients essentially.
It'd be definitely like an undertaking for the game to be able to hold as many people as that would take.
Or like they control a Lino, but one controls the arm.
Well, my
coordinate.
Swap. Yeah. Well, my thought was this: if after so long, like you do so much of the waves, or you get far enough as Link, and you've fought off all your viewers, one viewer that like did the most statistically gets to
be the boss,
be the Lionel or something, and it's like, oh shit. It's like if you have a recurring viewer and he's like, hey, it's me again.
The way I
like
would
it rotates out.
The way I would see it would have two clients. One where like it's the streamer playing the game, and another client where everyone who's watching him can watch him, but then like it'll randomly pick a viewer, and in that same client that all the viewers are watching, that person can control the monster.
Or like his subs, he can be like, randomize who gets to be the Lionel based on my subs.
Yeah, exactly.
So sub if you want to be the Lionel.
Sub if you want to be like the Lionel, and then they get to choose it. But then like everyone else can be like smaller monsters from time to time. They'll pop in, and so like 3, 4, 5 people will like hop into the game as a Blubkin, and they can control it from like the viewing side, and they'll like try to and everyone can like switch views like from his perspective, the streamer's perspective, to like the people playing the Blumkins and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. And then like honestly, once he kills them, he gets to the next one. These people might have like a cooldown they can no longer be, and then it can randomly choose.
Or they're like lower prioritized or something.
And so randomly.
Another game that would do well with this would be WWE.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, imagine Royal Rumble, and you were like let viewers be the other or entrants. And like randomize it. So like, all right, next viewer.
You know who I would?
Who are you gonna be?
You know who I would pick? The grandma.
I think that'd be
really
fucking
cool.
awesome.
Anyways, to get back to the question, is stream killing single player? I think it is.
I don't think it's helping it. I don't know if it's hurting it.
I would
because
say
any attention is good attention.
The reason why I would say it's hurting / killing single player games, I would say like I feel like someone right now has an idea for a single player game, a really good idea probably, and they probably do really well. But you know, he packages this, he says it to his game company, and they're like, yeah, you know, like it's a good idea, but we want to do this. So then like it's suppressing certain ideas for other ones, and those other ones would more than likely be a multiplayer game.
Well, let me ask you this. For the insides, or for the braids, or for these other smaller, these are the more acclaimed ones. Let's say the not so acclaimed ones. Do they even have the funds to have advertisement on TV or on YouTube as often? Like, how often do you see advertisement for those things from the company themselves? Right. I think personally, unless I see it like being featured on like the Steam or on the eShop, the only other place I would see them is on like either a journalist article or a stream. And if it's a good one, it's featured prominently on stream. I know it's still a risk of like, hey, that I'm just watching you, but I think it wasn't gonna get any more.
No, I know what you're
people
saying.
buying that game
for this game,
or even known about that game.
It'll be a better way for it to be advertised. But what I'm saying is in a sense of before the game is created, when someone has two ideas, they're gonna stray away from the single player idea and go for something more online / multiplayer. So like essentially, if the creator of Limbo was like, I can make Limbo the way it is right now, or I can make Limbo like as a stream where like Twitch can create the monsters that come out that he has to fight.
I think at that point, and it's just the goal of the creative. Like, do I want to make a more creative, artistic envisionment of like what my message is, or do I want to make an experience that will last?
But I'm talking about in the future. This will cause issues where a game normally would have been created, but because it's more enticing to create a multiplayer game, and this is because Twitch is making our mindset go this way, this game will never be created. It's a factor now. So I feel in a sense it is hurting single players or single player games, story modes. I think it is. I think ultimately it is.
Both. Like Goat Simulator, horrible ass game, but since PewDiePie played it,
gets attention.
But then at the same time, someone could watch Inside and not want to buy it.
But my argument where I stand, where I think it's in the middle, but I'm more on the disagreeing side that it hurts it. I think that if anything, that person wouldn't have known about Inside.
Yeah, like his friend. He's already known about it and still not going to buy it.
Yep. True story. Oh, thanks. Oh, my gosh.
Cool. That was a good topic. Good topics today. Definitely want to hear what viewers think of.
Yeah, tell us
of the Twitch, whether they think, because I know a lot of our friends watch some streaming or some Let's Plays. I know the Let's Plays too, and I wonder if that has hindered them or enticed them to buy these games.
Tell Karosh that Twitch is hurting single player games, please.
Let our viewers decide for themselves on Twitch.
Sitting in a desk,
comes up with the next topic.
Change my mind.
Yeah,
control
A, B,
us
or C. Who is the next topic?
Pick our topics for us, please.
How about you guys get to choose the like who goes first, second, and third? There you go. Ooh. So if we get a single email
or message anywhere on any of our
we will go with that message. So there you go. Anyone.
Cool. Until next. No, wait. Where can people find you?
At the Fulio on pretty much everything, and then at the Fulio 365 on Instagram.
At the Lost Bosses everywhere.
Find me at Cujo Prime. Find us all at the Weekly DLC. And please let us know what you think. Any other, the regular rigmarole. I'm awkward in, awkward out. Until next time, we'll
DLC
you later.